Massive power behind $50,000 to $250,000 in funding, low to no documentation, barring a financial review, of course. We know that this is powerful for any business operation, whether you're sole proprietorship, gig working, freelancing, or have a full-scale small business operation. This is an amazing amount of capital to get on the annual basis. It's not a credit. It's not like a line of credit. It's not like a term loan. Because these are business credit cards, you can apply for more every year once your profile settles down. How do you qualify for this? What does the qualification criteria look like? And how do you go about getting this on your own if you don't want to pay a company upper 4 to 5 figures to get access to this capital for you? Let's go down a list of a few of the major qualifications you're going to need. Number one, this is a personal guarantor. There's a lot of information out there about going about this with just pure EIN, and I'm going to tell you right now that it's almost non-existent. What you need to do this with just an IEN is usually above the majority of our pay grades. You're going to have to personally guarantor. This is largely predicated on your personal credit. So from that point, you're going to want to either do this under a sole proprietorship, which is your name and your social, you as the business, or if you really want to scale up and kind of max this out, having a business, an actual incorporated business is also next. It's not necessary, but it's next. If that business is established 2 or more years, powerful, highly likely you'll get even better credit lines. Next thing you want to accomplish is making sure your credit profile is at least 3 to 4 years old, making sure that you have active personal credit cards on your profile that are at least 2 or more years old, with at least about $5,000 limits or higher. These business credit cards are going to come in very comparable, very comparable to your personal credit limits. So you want those to be as high as possible so you can attract the best limits on your business credit cards. The next thing you want to focus on is making sure that you don't have too many new credit cards in a short window of time. No more than about 2 or 3 new cards in about 6 to 9 months time frame, maybe even a year. You don't want too many new revolving accounts on your credit report at the time of applying for this program. The next thing you want to keep in mind is not too many inquiries. That means in about a 6-month span, no more than maybe 3. And in about a 12-month span, no more than about 4 or 5. And that's per bureau, pending the bureau that's being pulled by the bank you're applying by. In better English, we're talking about if, you're trying with American Express and they're going to pull Experian, or if you're trying with Chase Bank, they're going to pull Experian, a credit union, and they're going to pull Equifax. No more than 3 in about 6 months on that bureau, and no more than 4 to 5 in about a 12-month time frame. Okay, not across necessarily the whole report, but by bureau. So from that point on, if you have $5,000 to $10,000 limits, if you have either do this as a sole proprietorship, or if you have an established business a year, 2 years old, and you don't have too many inquiries, too many new accounts, and your credit profile is established at least 3 to 4 years or older, you're likely going to get qualified for this program on some level. The more attractive your profile is, the more attractive your business is if you have one, the higher the credit limits that you have, the older they are, the better the limits you're going to get. How do you go about getting this on your own? Well, simply put, you're going to want to shop the banks that what bureaus they're going to pull from. The name of this game is being able to apply for these different lines, these credit cards, without the other banks really knowing in advance. You want to do this in succession or in sync, and you want to know what bureaus. So you want to ideally maybe pull about 3 to 4 or 5, maybe 6 banks, especially wanting them each to pull from a different bureau, or no more than 2 pulling from the same bureau. When you accomplish that, then you can go ahead and apply simultaneously for whatever institutions are pulling from the same bureau. So again, Chase, American Express, they both pull Experian. You want to do those at the same time. Same concept with TransUnion, same concept with Equifax. That's the big trick here, is applying in succession, and applying with banks who are showing interest with you already helps. You either have a relationship with them already, or they're sending you some kind of pre-approved offers or pre-qualified offers. You see it in your Credit Karma apps or your Experian app. You're seeing data points showing that you already have your foot in the door, whether you bank with them already or you're getting offers. Combine this into one strategy, and you're highly likely going to be able to pull this off and get a good, steep 5 figures or possibly 6 figures in business credit cards. Of course, you want to apply for 0% intro cards for this strategy, because your intent is to pretty much use the majority of these lines towards your business activity and bring back revenue to pay it off. But you want your debt load to be as low as possible. So do that at 0% interest, of course. So that's the card you want to apply for, because anywhere from 6 to 24 months, you're going to get 0% interest, meaning that you're going to have a 1% balance to pay on that card while you're putting together some business revenue or putting out the capital to draw back business revenue to pay it off. If you don't have a plan, don't use this program. It is not intended for you to get into it and drown in debt. It only becomes debt when you can't pay it off. So if you don't have a solid plan on how you're going to generate revenue, you don't need this program. If you do, and if you're one of those people you're real skittish with debt, or you're really skittish with using credit cards and debt to grow your business, let me tell you something. Time is the most important resource on the planet. And yes, saving up your cash, saving up your revenue, and going out and doing it with cash is safer in a sense. But speed kills in a positive way, meaning that your ability to go out with capital, and let's just say your revenue is $5,000 a month, you know you can take another 10, 20, or 30,000 and generate another $2,000 or $3,000 a month in revenue. Listen, scale and speed, your ability to save the time it would take you to take your own existing capital and save your way to that, versus using your hard-earned credit, using your access to funding to go out there and multiply your revenue almost overnight. If you are in position to do that, whether you're gig working, freelancing, or an actual small business, if you know you can go out there and take that capital and put it to work and get revenue back in a few months or less, go for it. Stop letting that hold you back. I promise you, the debt is not gonna bite you. You control it. It doesn't control you. To all my pioneers out there, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. I want you to comment down below and let me know what your experience is with business credit cards. Are you familiar with this program? If so, have you used it? Do you plan on using it? What banks are you going to apply for? Comment down below and let's keep the conversation going and answer some questions in the comment section. Want to learn more about me and the channel? Start in the description of the video and work your way to the About section. And of course, subscribe, like, and share this content with those who you feel can get value from it. Other than that, I want y'all to stay focused. Stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.
This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network, a channel dedicated to helping you increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity.